Hello, and thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I'm really looking forward to spending this time with you, flowing with our breath, moving our bodies, and seeing if we can feel a little bit more calm and present in this moment. So you can start in a comfortable seat, and any seat is fine, but I'll suggest this modified Virasana pose. So kneeling on with the legs underneath you. If you have blocks, they will be helpful. You can place the block the long way in between the ankles, so you can put the seat right on top of the block. If you don't have blocks, you can choose any other version of a seated pose, or simply sit Sukhasana, easy seated pose. And you can start to just arrive here, breathing in and sighing it out. And I want you to start to really think of this long column all the way through the spine. So think of the hip bones and the pelvis as the base for this long column of the spine growing out of your seat like a flower, with the head just balanced gently on top, breathing in. Exhale, hands can land wherever they may, and just start to notice this moment. Notice your body here on the mat. And I'd like to take this time to just put it out there that whatever is going on for you today, whatever storms are brewing inside you, or if you have worries or distractions, that is perfectly fine. And our job today is to allow those things to be, but then to continue focusing on this present moment, because this is where life is happening right here, right now. So breathing in and sighing out. So now just see if you can firm the ankles in towards that block if you're taking that version of your seated pose, so you can get a little bit more lift in the pelvis. And we'll start to engage some pranayama. We'll take ujjayi breath, so ocean breath. You'll inhale through the nose, and the exhale is slightly audible. So you get that by engaging the whisper muscles at the back of the throat. Sometimes people say it sounds like fogging a mirror, or a little bit of a Darth Vader sound. So you can take a long, slow breath in, and then ujjayi breath, audible, long exhale. We'll do that 2 or 3 or 4 more times, breathing in. Again, breath in. Long exhale. Let the back of the neck be long. Keep that feeling of the long column of the spine. One last breath in. And then you can take a big breath in and sigh it out. Maybe let the eyelids flutter open slightly, and inhale, roll the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, release them down your back. Get that long column feeling here. And then exhale, drop your chin to your chest. You'll inhale, roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Exhale to stay. Maybe let the chin drop towards the floor and up towards the ceiling. Come back to stillness and exhale, drop chin to chest. Inhale, roll your left ear to your left shoulder, breathing in. Exhale, and staying right here, maybe spinning the chin down towards the floor and up towards the ceiling. And then coming back to center, breath in. Exhale, drop chin to chest. Inhale, lift the head, and then we'll take the hands right to the low back and take a little mini camel pose here, lifting the heart up. And exhale, come back to center. From here, we'll take some spinal twists. So think of this point of your breastbone as being the leader for these twists. So you'll inhale, lift up through both sides of the waist. And then exhale, just spin your heart over towards the right side. You can take your left hand and place it on the outside of your right thigh. And then maybe take your opposite hand, your right hand, and place it right at the low back. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, spin a little bit deeper. Maybe the head goes along for the ride, breathing in. And then exhale, undo that twist, coming back to center. You can take a little circle with the heart if that feels good. And we'll take the opposite side, lifting up through the heart, through both sides of the waist. And then we spin from the center of the breastbone over towards the left side. So landing your right hand on the outside of your left thigh, taking the right hand right at the low back. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, twist a little deeper, breathing in. And then exhale, undo that twist, coming back to center. Maybe take a little seated cat-cow here to rinse that away. And then come back to neutral spine. Just one breath in. And sigh it out. You can come up onto the knees and remove that block from underneath your seat. Oh, I had forgotten to mention that I will have you use a strap for a few poses today. So if you have one nearby, great. If not, maybe take a moment to run and grab one. So you can come to a seat, and we'll start by extending the right leg long towards the front of the room, or whichever direction you have space for. And then you'll take your left foot and place it right on the inside of that thigh. So take a moment to really set up your seat. You can kind of move the flesh away from under your seat so you have a little bit more of a stable base. And you'll take your strap and loop it around the big toe mound of that extended leg. So get your heart so it's lined up right with your leg, and then inhale. And exhale, you can bow your way forward. So from here, you can just let yourself kind of hang and let gravity take over. It might be helpful to take your left hand right to that left hip crease and just kind of press it away from you, back towards the back of the room. Breathing in. And then exhale, you can bow towards that leg a little bit more deeply. Breathing in. And exhale, sigh it out. Keep pressing through that big toe mound of the extended leg so that it's a little bit active there. Another inhale. Another exhale. And you can lift your way up, undo the strap from that foot. And then we're going to take a side plank here. So you'll take your left hand, land it on the mat. You're going to spin up to the front of your left shin, lifting yourself up, and just take up a lot of space, taking that big side plank pose here, breathing in. You can exhale, let that hand drop towards the floor, make a big circle with it. Inhale, reach it back up towards the ceiling, and then land the hips back on the mat. You can draw both knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze, and then extend the left leg out towards the front of the room. We'll set up that same thing on the opposite side. So again, really finding that long, tall seat, lift through both sides of the waist, and then you'll take your strap and wrap it around that extended leg. So just like we did on the other side, taking your time to really ease into this long stretch of the back of your leg, breathing in. And exhale, bowing forward. Heart is right over your thigh. And you can take your right hand and press that hip crease away from you. Maybe reach forward with the heart, and exhale, bow a little bit more deeply. Breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale, maybe reaching the heart forward. Keep pressing through the big toe mound of that extended leg. And then inhale, you'll lift your way back up. You can release your foot from the strap, and then we'll stand your weight right on your right hand. We're going to spin onto the front of that right shin, lifting yourself up for that side plank pose. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, lift that left arm a little higher, and then exhale, you can let your hand drop towards the floor, make a big circle, and reach it back up towards the sky. And then land both hips back down on the mat. You'll cross your ankles, roll over onto hands and knees, and sink your way back to child's pose. Your forehead resting on the mat. Maybe let yourself shake your head side to side. Give yourself a little third eye massage here. And then stay in stillness. Breathing in. Sigh it out. So again, this is your practice, your opportunity to get what you need from these moments on the mat. So if there are any points that you would like to take rest, you can always come to child's pose and just release all of the work, really just listening to your body throughout our time together. From here, you can inhale, lift yourself up onto your hands and knees. We'll take one set of cat-cows here. So all the toes pointing straight back behind you. Inhale, let the belly drop towards the floor. Heart shines towards the front of the room. And exhale, round out the spine. From here, you'll tuck the toes, lift the hips. Your first downward facing dog. And here again, see if you can find that feeling of a column all the way from the hips through the crown of the head. Press the hands into the mat. Heels can melt towards the floor. See if you can think of pressing the heels away from each other slightly so they're pointing straight back behind you. Breathing in. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat. Step, 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 or hop your way forward. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, bow. Breathing in. Exhale, sigh it out. From here, you'll roll your way all the way up to standing. Head is the very last thing to come up. Reach the hands up overhead. And exhale, draw hands to heart center. Breath in. Exhale. So we'll go through 3 sun salutation A. We'll take the first one a little bit slower and then pick up the pace for the second too. So see if you can be really mindful of the alignment for the first one so that it can be stored in your body for the second too. So we'll start now. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms and we'll step back to our high plank. You can draw the weight forward over the hands and exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Tops of the feet are flat on the floor. Inhale, lift the head and heart. You can draw the elbows together towards the center line of your spine and then maybe lift the hands. Breathing in. And exhale, let it go. Let's take a moment to find our upward facing dog here. So you can slide the hands back to your low ribs, tops of the feet, press into the mat. Inhale, lift everything but the feet and hands. Thigh bones pressing towards the ceiling, heart drawing forward towards the front of the room, breathing in. Exhale, and from here, lift up through the feet and hips, downward facing dog, breathing in. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, draw hands to heart center. Breath in. Sigh it out. 2 more sun salutation A, 1 breath per movement. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. Reach the crown of the head forward. Reach the tailbone back behind you. Land the hands. We meet in downward facing dog. So get there mindfully. You can always step right back to it or lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Look to the front of the mat. Step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift your way all the way up. And exhale, hands land at the heart. Very next breath in, sweeps the arms up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and we stay, breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. From here, you can inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, roll the ankle around one way and the other, lift the heel a little higher, and then exhale, draw knee to nose. We're coming to this high lunge position. Back heel is lifted, all the toes pointing straight ahead, breathing in. Exhale. You can keep that back knee soft as you lift your way up to your crescent lunge. So from here, let's really get that solid base. Press the feet away from each other, draw the inner thighs together, lift through both sides of the waist, and we'll dip that back knee 3 times. Exhaling, dipping it down. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale, and coming back to that lunge position. Inhale, reach both arms to either side of your ears. And we'll stay right here for breath in. And exhale. Inhale, lift through both sides of the waist. And then exhale, draw hands to heart center. So you can find that junction right between the hands, right at the center of the heart. That's what will twist towards the right side of the room. So keep a nice solid base in the hips and then spin towards the right side of the room. And from here, you can reach hands away from each other, breathing in. Exhale, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. Another breath in. Exhale, you can stay here or land that back hand up the back leg, reach left arm up and over. And then exhale, land both hands at either side of that front foot. We meet in down dog, so either stepping right back to it, lifting the hips, or stepping back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, breathing in. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, lift the left leg. You can roll the ankle, lift the heel a little higher, and then exhale, draw knee to nose. So again, really setting up that bottom half. Press the feet away from each other and draw the inner thighs together, and then float the hands up to your hips. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, lift through both sides of the waist. Feel really strong in the upper body. And then exhale, you can dip that back knee and lift it up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhaling. Inhale. Come back to that crescent lunge. Reach both arms up to either side of your ears and stay. Shoulders melt down your back. Back heel pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Breath in. And then exhale, draw hands to heart center. We get to twist open towards the left side now. So drawing back on the left hip and then open the arms out towards the side of the room. Breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. And then maybe land that back hand at the back leg. Reach right arm up and over. And then pinwheel the hands. We meet in down dog. Stepping back, lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog, catching your breath, sighing it out. Can bend both knees, look to the front of the mat, step, 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 or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. And then roll your way all the way up to standing. Reach the arms. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Start to set up your Utkatasana now. So you can bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, and start to sink the hips low. Hips come back behind the heels so you can still see your big toes right on the inside of both of your knees. And then from here, you can just inhale, draw the hands to heart center, and then out to the sides like cactus arms, breathing in. Exhale. That's fine. You can stay right here, or you can extend, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. And see if you can feel as you reach the hands up, the heels ground down further towards the floor. So you get this opposite action kind of feeling, breathing in. Exhale. And then from here, draw hands back down towards your heart center. You can leave them right here or drop them to your hips, and we'll come all the way up on the toes. Breathing in. Exhale. Another breath in. And then exhale, land everything on the mat. Bow your way forward. Bend one knee and then the other. You can separate the feet, hips width distance apart or wider. And then maybe let the arms make figure eights on the floor. Let the whole back body release. And then back to center. We'll do that one more time. So walking the feet back in towards center. Big toes touch, just a little space between the heels. Lifting your way up to that Utkatasana, also called awkward pose or lightning bolt pose, depending on your mood. Breathing in. And then exhale, draw hands to heart center or to the hips and lift your way up onto the toes. Breathing in. Exhale. And from here you can extend the hands out towards the front of the room if you like. Keep the shoulders plugged into the shoulder sockets. Breathing in. And then exhale, bow forward, separate the feet. Let the hips sway. Maybe make that big figure 8 with the fingertips on the floor. Come back to stillness. Breathing in. Exhale. From here, walk the feet back together. We'll come back to that Utkatasana one more time. Well, I shouldn't say one more time, at least one more time. At the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the hands. And we'll take one sun salutation B. Exhale, bow your way forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back to your high plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose and step to the front of the mat. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, float your way up to your strong warrior one. Deep bend in your front knee. Lift the heart. Both sides of the waist are long. And then exhale, bow forward. Plant the palms. Spin that back heel up and meet us in down dog. You can always just step right back to it or lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw it to your nose. Step to the front of the mat. Spin your back heel down. Lift your way all the way up. And then exhale, let it go. Plant the palms. Meet us in downward facing dog. Taking a moment, let the heartbeat settle. Another inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Bring the big toes to touch. Deep bend in the knees. Inhale to your Utkatasana again. This time we'll take some twists here. So you can extend the arms long towards the ceiling. And then exhale, draw hands to heart center. You're gonna tuck the outside of your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. So tucking that, finding that point of contact. Keep drawing back with both sets of hips so the knees are equal with each other. And then spin so that the heart comes right to that junction between the two hands. Breathing in. Exhale. From here, you can reach the hands away from each other if that feels good. And then exhale to bow forward, straighten the knees. Bend the knees, inhale, Utkatasana once more. And exhale, draw hands to heart center, spin the opposite way. Left elbow on the outside of right thigh. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, maybe extend the arms away from each other, and then exhale, land both hands either side of your feet. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. So here at the top of the mat, you'll reach your arms up. Exhale, sink into your Utkatasana again. Inhale, reach both sides of the waist. Exhale, draw hands to heart center, and let's twist towards the right side. So you tuck the outside of the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. And then from here, you can sink your weight over into your right foot and extend that left leg back behind you. Inhale, maybe reach the hands away from each other for this twist. Breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. And then exhale, spin that right hand towards the front of the room. You'll spin your left foot down, open up to your warrior two. Breathing in. Exhale. We'll dance our warrior here. So land your back hand at your back leg. Reach right arm forward, up and over. Warrior two. And then exhale, spin your way, side angle pose. Left arm reaches right up towards the ceiling. Breathing in. Exhale. From here, you can inhale, lift your way right back up. We'll take a triangle pose here. So this is where a block might come in handy again. You'll place that block right on the inside of your right foot and extend right hand forward and then down towards that block. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. So here you can feel a twist happening here where the front of your right lung is kind of drawing forward, left arm reaching up towards the ceiling, breathing in. Exhale. Long line. See if you can keep drawing that right hip underneath your body, like you're between two panes of glass. Breathing in. Exhale, and then inhale, lift your way right back up. We'll turn all the toes towards the front of the room for a pyramid pose. Hands can land on the hips, and then exhale, bow your way forward. One or both hands on blocks on either side of that front foot. From here, you can take your right hand and draw back on your right hip to bow a little bit more deeply. Breathing in. Exhale. So another twisting pose here. You can draw your left hand right on top of your block on the inside of your right foot. And we're going to turn this into your twisting triangle. So keep drawing back on the right hip. Think of drawing the heart forward and then open. Twisting open towards the right side of the room. Breathing in. Exhale. Again, thinking of that column all the way from the base of the spine all the way through the crown of the head. Imagine that you're spinning on an axis there. Breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. And then exhale, you can land both hands at the front of the mat. This time you'll just step forward. So stepping that left foot to meet the right, bowing here. We're coming back to your Utkatasana. Deep bend in both knees. Inhale, lift the upper body. Exhale, sink deeply in that front knee. We get to twist towards the left. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, draw them to heart center. And then you'll tuck the outside of the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Inhale. Exhale to stay. And we'll stay right here for a few breaths. Really think of extending through the crown of the head. And then sink your way over into your left foot. And you can shoot that right foot right back behind you. Maybe extending the arms open for that twist. Breathing in. Exhale. Back heel pointing straight towards the ceiling. And then gently turn your chest towards the front of the room and spin your way open to your warrior two, facing the opposite way. So hips sinking right down between both feet. You can still see your big toe on the inside of your front foot, front knee that is, and back toes pointing towards the wall. Breathing in. Reverse your warrior up and over, and then exhale, side angle pose. Long line through both sides of the waist. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, lift your way back upright. You'll straighten both knees. Triangle pose, landing a block on the inside of that left foot, reaching left arm forward and spinning your way to your triangle pose. Again, drawing your left hip underneath you, extending right arm up. See if you can spin the right pinky fingers inward slightly to keep that shoulder engaged. Breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. Another exhale. And then inhale lifts you back upright. You'll turn all the toes towards the front of the room. We get our pyramid pose on this side, lifting the heart. Exhale, bow forward. One or both hands on blocks either side of that front foot. You can think of drawing back on the left hip. And exhale, bow. Last twisting pose on this side. So land your right hand on the block on the inside of your left foot. And then inhale, reach your left arm high. Twisting triangle, breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. And then exhale, land both hands either side of that front foot. You'll plant the palms, come back to your high plank pose. From here, inhale, reach the crown of your head forward, reach your heels back behind you. And we'll take a few side planks here so you can just spin the feet over towards the right side, Right hand pressing into the mat, left arm reaches high. Stay right here or make a big circle with that arm if that feels good. And then exhale, land both hands, switch over towards the left side, reaching right arm towards the ceiling. Keep the hips lifting up towards the ceiling, long lines through all 4 directions, breathing in. And then exhale, land both hands on the mat, all the way down to your belly. One cheek rests on the mat. Arms can rest by your sides. Breathing in. Sigh it out. You can switch the opposite cheek to the mat. Breathing in and out. From here, you can crawl the forearms back underneath your chest, Sphinx pose. Let this be a resting pose, just letting the spine hang out between the shoulders, plugging the shoulders into the shoulder sockets. Breathing in. Exhale. From here, you can press the hands into the mat, come up onto hands and knees, and crawl the knees forward, cross the ankles, and roll onto your back. So extend the legs long, reach the hands out in front of you, and just lay yourself down. Let go of all of that energy, all of that work. Maybe one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Maybe draw the soles of the feet together. Let the knees splay apart in Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathing in. Sigh it out. Another breath in. Exhale, let it go. From there, you can reach down and close the knees like a book and draw them in towards your chest. We'll start with a series of boat poses here. So we'll start with half boat pose. So you can start by just drawing the hands right underneath your seat and extending the legs long. So see if you can think of, just like we've been talking about throughout this practice, of this long line from the hips all the way through the crown of the head. Think of drawing the belly flat against the spine and extend the legs long. Press through the big toe mounds of both feet, breathing in. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, let it go. You can just let the feet rest on the floor, knees knocking together. So this next one will add in the arms. So you'll do the same thing with the legs, this time extending the arms forward. Plug the shoulders into the shoulder socket. Get the heart to feel bright here. Breathing in. Chin can tip upward slightly. Breath in. Exhale. Another inhale. And then exhale, let it go. You can bend the knees, knock them together, maybe rock them side to side. And now we'll take full boat pose. So if you have a strap or a towel, that might be useful. Let's start by wrapping it around both feet. And you're gonna really continue to press through both big toe mounds here. So extend the legs long and reach the hands forward. Think of lifting the heart a lot. Breathing in. Exhale. Another breath in. Tip the head back slightly. Again, drawing the belly flat against the spine. Another breath in. Another exhale. Last inhale. And then exhale, you can undo the strap and land yourself back down on the mat. One more boat pose that we'll try today. So twisting boat pose. If you'd like to repeat any of those instead of this one, you can feel free to do that. But since we've been working so much on that long column of energy through the spine and the twisting, this should be a little bit more accessible to you today. So you can start by setting up that boat pose. You can take either bent knees, straight knees, or the strap version, and then just reach out for one set of toes or for the strap and spin the heart towards one side of the room, breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. And then exhale, draw everything back in towards center. We'll take the opposite side, so reaching down for the toe, or if you're using a strap, you can take both feet in one strap and extend the opposite way, breathing in. Exhale. Keep pressing through the feet, lifting through the heart. Another inhale. Another exhale. Last breath in. Exhale, draw knees back into your chest. Give them a squeeze. And then release everything down to the mat. You can bend the knees and start to set up for a counter pose, a bridge pose. Pressing both feet into the mat, lifting the hips, wrapping one and then the other shoulder underneath the back. Breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. Another exhale, and release the back all the way down to the mat. Undo the shoulders. You can extend your right leg up towards the ceiling, cross right knee over left thigh, and then draw that thigh in towards your chest, figure four. Breathing in. Spend another breath or two here. And then release that. Extend the right leg up towards the ceiling and land it back down on the mat. Inhale, reach left leg up, cross ankle over knee, draw in towards your chest. Another inhale. And another exhale. And then land your right leg, reach left leg up towards the ceiling, land both feet on the mat. We'll come back up to your seat. You can rock and roll, lift your way all the way up, and then extend both legs towards the front of the room. So both backs of your legs should be feeling nice and long now. So you have some choices for this staff pose. You can use blocks on either side of your legs, or you can use a strap wrapping around both sets of feet. We'll take this big forward fold in a seated position here. So you can choose. Another third option could be to place the block on the other side of both feet. So you can choose your version here. I'll choose to use a strap today. Wrapping the feet, inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, bow forward, staff pose. You can take another breath in. And then exhale. And then slowly walk your way back upright. And we'll take a fish pose here, so you can slide the legs towards the front of the mat. And then just land the forearms on the mat and let the head drop back, toes point forward, fish pose. Draw the chin back to your chest. And you can release yourself all the way down onto the mat. From here, you can draw your right knee into your chest. Slide the hips over towards the left side of the mat a little bit, and then drop that knee over towards the left side for a spinal twist here. Maybe extending the gaze over towards your right hand. Breathing in. And then gently draw that knee back into center and stand it on the mat. Step the hips over towards the left side. Draw the left knee into your chest and drop it over towards the right side. Spinal twist. Breathing in. Exhale. Another breath in. And then exhale, draw that knee back into center. We'll take an inversion here. So if you happen to be near a wall or a couch, it can feel good to just put the legs up on the couch or propped up against a wall. If you have a block, you can place the block underneath your low back. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Breathing in. Exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. You can undo that, land the feet on the mat. Take the block out from underneath your seat. And see if you can scan your body, see what else your physical body is needing in these last few moments of your asana practice. So maybe a happy baby reaching up for the inside arches of the feet. Might feel good to extend the legs long here. Another spinal twist, another inversion. Or maybe you're feeling ready to extend the legs down the mat. Let the arms rest by your side. And begin the really conscious work of letting go for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Taking a moment to really feel the places in your body that are touching the mat. Feeling heavy there. Noticing the sound of your own breath. Other sounds in the room. Maybe your family or the sounds of your house that's holding you in this space. And see if you can allow yourself to really be here and stay present in this moment. Letting go. Noticing all that might arise and loving that. You can stay right where you are. And open your ears to allow this mantra for healing. You can start to bring yourself back to life. Wiggle the toes, the fingers. Touch each fingertip to your thumb. Being very gentle with yourself. Rolling over onto one side. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat, maybe keeping the eyes closed the whole way. You can draw your hands to heart center. Keep the lift of the heart as you bow your head. Letting the eyelids flutter open so the fingertips are the first thing that you see, and then lift your gaze. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. The light in me bows to and honors that same divine light in you. Namaste.